What's good? What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ferris Muthana, and welcome to another special episode of Good Friends, Better Rivals. It is common double defeat week for both me and Caleb.
Common?
But
Since when is that common?
okay, fine, a rare double defeat week for me and Caleb. You know what? I'll go with that
It's
because
common for you. It's common for you.
uh, uh, hey, calm down. All right. Do you want to get right into this? I'll start making fun of you right away. All right. You want me
You
to
can
do
do
it?
whatever you like. I don't know how you're gonna make fun of me because whatever you say, you got beat by us by 40 points. So I don't know what the hell you got to say.
Yeah, but you know what's disrespectful? Pulling your starters at 12 minutes in the fourth quarter, knowing you could have dropped 55. They could have dropped 50 on you, and they chose not to do it. I don't know why. Because I would have dropped 50. I would have done it.
And you couldn't score 8 points against us. So
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because we suck. Right? You're supposed to be a Super Bowl
okay.
contender.
So you have
We
no room to
suck.
talk. Like I don't know why
Yeah,
you're
no, I do
why
have room to talk. I do have room to talk. We
you
stink.
do you don't. Your
You
team
are
sucks
supposed to be Super
ass.
Bowl contenders, getting your ass beat on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, don't feel good. Do it. It don't feel
And your
good.
team is worse than garbage.
It's fine by me because I know we suck. We were supposed to lose.
You
You were
didn't know it
supposed to
before the season.
contend.
You didn't know
You're
it before. You were talking all types of stuff before
Of
the
course, I was
season.
talking shit. What did you expect from me? Not to talk shit? I'm still
Okay,
gonna talk
so
shit.
so
I talk shit when we suck, when we not suck.
well,
I stay talking shit. Unlike you, who disappears when his team sucks.
I don't just. Oh, I'm right here. What do
Yeah,
you mean? Am I
because you have to
invincible?
be here.
Am
Where
I
were you
not
on?
here?
Where were you on Sunday night? Where were you on Sunday night? Why were you in the Discord?
We don't have a show on Sunday night. What the hell are you talking about?
We were all up in the LBHD Discord talking about it. Where were you?
When
Where
am
were
I
you?
ever in the LBH Discord?
You're
When
there
I
when the
am
Cowboys
ever
win.
there?
You're there when the Cowboys win.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
That's
you are.
lies. Why you make up stuff?
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No,
Yes,
I'm
you
not.
are. Yes, you are.
That
You
is
always
false,
drop that
sir.
like,
That's false, sir.
yeah, Cowboys, blah 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 blah.
That was 2 years ago. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know you're always gonna be a disappointment. You know what the Cowboys are?
Yeah, that's kind of why. That's kind of why, because I know it's eventually going to be disappointing.
Yeah, I stay disappointed. You end up getting disappointed. That's the one thing we have in common. All right, guys, that's my co-host Caleb. We're just kind of venting on this episode if you think about it, because ain't nothing went right for either of us. Nothing
I
went
mean, I had a
right.
terrible week. I don't. I mean, I'll say like Saturday. I go in Saturday. I'm watching Texas, Oklahoma. We lose. I mean, on a still, we have the win, but we're too stupid enough to just not just waste some time while we're going down for the win field goal. But no, we give them all the time in the world so they can go down and score on us.
Yeah. Texas
I
lost
mean,
the Red River Rivalry. I forgot about that too. Gee, that game
I mean,
always
just horrible.
delivers.
And then they go on Sunday before the Cowboys game start, and I lose pretty much most of my bets. So I mean, just a horrible. I lost. Texas lost. I lost money. Cowboys lost. I mean, it couldn't just. I mean, it wasn't. It couldn't have been a worse weekend. Like it was horrible weekend.
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Damn, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Damn. Welcome to my world. Welcome. Hello. How are you, Caleb? The world of Ferris's football fandom. It's just destruction and despair and being blown out by 40. Being knowing that your team just sucks. You know what I mean? So I'm here to help you. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm here just to laugh at you. But you know, I can do both at the
How
same
can you
time.
laugh when your team is ass? I just don't understand.
See, Caleb, that's the thing with me, man. I'm a psychopath. I laugh whatever, dog. My team next week could lose 75-0 to the Bills.
They
But
probably
if,
will.
yeah, but if the Cowboys lose next week too, like 35-0, I'll still laugh at you. I'll still laugh at you. I'll laugh at you. I'll laugh at the Eagles. I'll laugh at
Well,
not the
then we're
Commanders.
just two. Then we're just be two idiots laughing at each other.
I'm not an idiot. I know my team stink. Y'all got Super Bowl aspirations. Mine don't. So it is what it is. And Daniel Jones may not even play this week. So losing by 70 is probably
That's a good thing. You guys actually might have a chance now. You guys might actually have a chance to win now.
Now with Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah. Oh, way better chances with him than with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, well, probably because he can, run around and save himself because, let's talk about the games, unfortunately. You want to start or do you want me to start?
I mean, we can just end the episode now. I mean, we
could. Happened. Honestly, we really could because there's nothing really good to talk about. Because
do we have to tell them what happened? I mean, they saw what happened.
Yeah. I love how everyone was talking about how the defense was like, oh, look what the defense did against the Dolphins, man. I'm like, what do they do? They had an interception touchdown return. Kayvon Thibodeau got a couple of sacks, which is good, but they also gave up multiple plays of 60 some odd yards. One play, Wink Martindale decides to put Trey Hawkins the third on Tyreek Hill, man-to-man zero coverage. And Tyreek Hill had the easiest touchdown of his entire career. I think it's Devon A-Chain or Davion or Devon. I'm still trying to get the name right. I know it's A-Chain. He had the smoothest 60, 70-yard run I saw of the week. Like, the defense played better because we have a low standard of them. Like, of course, someone looks better if your standard is at 0. I have no more like against the Seahawks, bro, where they didn't know how to tackle. Like, my standards were low as hell. Like, goddamn, bro, really? And then the same thing with here. Like, you got a couple good sacks. You got Jason Pinnock got a long interception return. Proud for that guy. Those are the only like bright spots.
Only chance he had to score.
Yeah. So apparently in the first half, our scoring breakdown is special teams 7, defense 6, offense 0. Because the special teams kicked 2 field goals and an extra point, and we scored a defensive touchdown. Graham Gano could have had 3 field goals, but he unfortunately missed his first one at 55 yards. But he's our best offensive weapon still. I used to say that as a joke because I knew Saquon's on the team, but now Saquon's injured. Our best offensive weapon is Graham Gano. He's the Lamborghini at the trailer park. That's what he is. So it's Graham Gano. Like, yeah, the defense had a good game, I guess, if you want to think about it. But of course, they had a good game compared to the games they.
Tyreek Hill destroyed your secondary. I don't know how good a team that they really have.
No, that's what I'm saying. The reason people think it's a good game is that they stink. Oh, they had a good game. They had a couple sacks. Jason Pinnock has the interception return. Good moments. But Tua Tagovailoa was giving us these. He was throwing ducks. He had one of the worst games of his career, one of the worst games this season. He didn't play that good. And they still let me find the score, man. It felt 31-16. See, it didn't feel like they dropped 30 points on us. It didn't feel like it, but they did. The way people talking about the people talking about is like, oh, we lost like 21-14 or 21-7 or something like that. Like, now they dropped a smooth 30 on us. A smooth 30. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's no continuity on the offensive line. Joshua Zudu doesn't know what the hell. He's too slow. The play that got Daniel Jones injured, that's the biggest story coming out of the week is Daniel Jones hurt his neck again. It's not, thank God, it's apparently, according to him, he was on the Kay Adams show. He said it was a different injury to his neck, unlike the previous one he suffered during the Cowboys game. Remember that game where he tried to truck the dude at the goal line and he would head first and he got the concussion and the neck. So something different. Andrew Van Winkle just outran Joshua Zudu. Just ran past him. And Josh couldn't catch him. There's this play that was circulated on the internet after the game where it looked like Evan Neal didn't know what the hell he was doing on the offensive line. A lot of people have finally realized what that play was. So apparently on that play, I think a couple of former NFL players did, and Brian, I think Brian Baldinger, shout out to Brian. Well, I think me and you are big fans of Brian. His breakdowns,
Oh, yeah,
Baldinger's
his breakdowns
breakdowns.
are awesome.
Yeah, it's him and a former guard said Evan Neal did nothing wrong on the play. His job was to get the closest man blitzing. He went to that person. Apparently, the guard messed up. The guard should have helped the center. And it should have been a one-on-one with Evan Neal, and Daniel Jones should have threw the ball hot. But unfortunately, Daniel Jones did what? He held the ball, and the center messed it up. Even though the guard messed up the blocking assignment, the ball should have been out. Should have been out, but it wasn't. He held on to the ball too long. Our margin of error is so small. Is so small. Every little mistake is amplified. When Daniel Jones threw behind Wan'Dale Robinson on the third down, we miss a key block assignment here. You know, Patrick Mahomes has played pretty bad for like two out of the 3 weeks he's played. Against the Jets, he didn't play very good. And today, we're recording on a Thursday. Today against the Broncos, he didn't look good. Even though he threw for 300 yards, he didn't look good at all. But the margin of error for Patrick Mahomes is so large, he can come back and beat you. You know, we don't have that. We don't have that luxury. That's pretty much it. All for our team. Like nothing popped out of nothing different changed. It's still the same old problems. Dexter Lawrence he's the only defensive tackle in the NFL to be an 80 grade in run blocking, run defending, and pass defending. He's okay. PFL rated him 80 against the run and against the pass. He's the only defensive tackle in the NFL that is it. I think that's what PFF said. Also, too, take PFF with a grain of salt. It's a tool, but it's not the end all be all. PFF is also skewed. You can't fully. It's not the word. It's not the gospel. It's a tool that the NFL teams use, but it's not like, oh, we live and die by PFF. Don't do that. Don't do that. Kayvon has four sacks in his last 5 games. He had 4 sacks all of last season, so he's building upon that. So that's good. But pretty much after that, Isaiah Simmons should get more snaps. I feel like it should be Simmons and Okereke, but I don't know why they're not using Simmons more. I don't understand, but it's whatever. Wink Martindale, don't leave your rookie corners one-on-one against Tyreek Hill with no safety help. I just think that's not a decision you want to make. But what do I know? And we have a lot. So here's the funny thing. Caleb, you know how many injuries we have? So Dan Duggan, shout out to Dan Duggan. I'm about to tell you. Shout out to Dan Duggan. He's a phenomenal. I quite enjoy his work for Dan Duggan. He had to pay for Twitter Blue to type out all of the injuries. He didn't have enough characters to type out all the injuries for the Giants. He had to buy Twitter Blue for a day. Then he realized he could just screenshot the injury list, and he stopped paying for Twitter Blue. So shout out to you, Dan, for realizing, oh, I can just screenshot this, so we're good. But yeah, before he realized that, he didn't have enough characters to write the injury report. He needed to buy Twitter Blue to fully write out the injury report. And it's pretty damn long, man. It's pretty damn long. I think the injury report is, let me double check it. It's pretty damn huge, man. And he actually responded. He actually responded to my tweet. Shout out to Dan. So here's the injury report. Did not participate in practice. Gary Brightwell, one of our running backs. Jamie Gillen, our punter. Daniel Jones, Azeez Ojulari, Matthew Pert, John Michael Schmitz, Andrew Thomas. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Limited in practice. Deontay Banks, Saquon Barkley, DJ Davis. So that's 7, 10, 13, 16-7. 17 people. 17 people. 17 people are on the injury list. Most of them seven of them did not participate, and the rest were limited. And the people on the limited list are Saquon, Deontay Banks, our starting corner, our starting running back, Micah McFadden fighting for that other linebacker spot, our starting right tackle Evan Neal, one of our receivers in Wan'Dale Robinson, and our starting tight end Darren Waller. These aren't just like this, these aren't backups, the injuries to their backups. These are prominent starters. The one good thing about the Miami game is they're involving Darren Waller a little more. So there's a couple of catches. You think he should make the catch, but it was an extremely contested play with Xavier Howard, so he didn't make it. So it was kind of like a 50-50 ball. He unfortunately did not land on the plus side of the 50. But yeah, man, and then people were like, "Yo, I can't wait for Caleb Williams," and people were like, "Why are you acting like that?" I was like, "Bro, look at the injuries. We're 1-4. Yeah. We're 1-5.
1-4.
1-5. 1-4.
You're 1-4.
Like the Panthers don't own their pick. No. They don't own their pick. All right. So if they keep losing, they won't draft at all. The Bears are gonna win a game or two that they shouldn't have. So they're not gonna be in the top two, I think, personally. So we're if we keep going the way we're going, we're the worst. Like, it's us and the Panthers are the worst team in the NFL. It's us and the Panthers. But I think the Panthers are going to win a game.
And the Broncos look pretty bad today. I mean, they're
the Broncos did look pretty bad. Yeah, but the Broncos, beat the Bears on accident. If you think about it, and it's divisional games. The Broncos probably beat the Raiders. Probably beat the Chargers because the Chargers are going to charge her. It happens. We're not going to beat the Eagles. We're not going to beat you. It's not happening. Shoot, if we may, if we split the Commanders, damn, we'll see. But then watch the Commanders beat the Eagles. Like every year the Commanders, yeah, they always beat the Eagles or they always sneak you.
They almost beat them the first time.
Yeah, like the Commanders, when they face the Eagles, they show fight. Us, we're just like, hey, just whoop our ass, we're fine. I'm like, what? Like last year, the Eagles got upset by the Commanders early on in the season. And then in our first game against the Eagles dropped 40 on us like it was nothing. And we didn't fight. So I'm like, how are you saying you're better than the Commanders and you beat the Commanders and you tied the Commanders, but the Commanders give the Eagles a tougher fight, but y'all just laid down and just like are okay. I'm talking about last year. But like this year, shoot, the Commanders may sweep us. The way we playing. And you know what? First pick, here we come. When's the draft?
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, there's 12 games left. 12 games left.
Come on, Caleb. When did you start thinking? No, Caleb, start listening, bro. Start listening. When did you think that the Houston Texans season was over? Last year.
Well, they didn't have a quarterback, so I mean, right at the beginning.
Yeah, our quarterback is injured. He has a hurt neck. He may be gone for the season because the first time he hurt his neck, he didn't come back. We were trotting out Mike Glennon, Jake Fromm. You remember the sneak from our own 15 on 3rd and 12? He didn't come back. Daniel Jones may not come back this year. Neck injuries are not something to play with. You don't play with them, dog. So Daniel Jones may be not back. So we lose our quarterback. But then, so what's the point of, winning games? What's the point? I'm not giving up, but like I'm just saying, like, come on. It doesn't. I know it don't feel good to lose. You're right. I hate losing, but I ain't oblivious to the fact that if Daniel Jones is out for the year, what's the point of winning? Coaches don't tank. Players don't tank. Organizations tank. So watch Joe Shane say, "Hey man, Brian, season's lost. It's over. Season's over. Coach the team. Be happy, but we ain't winning." And honestly, I want Caleb Williams. So coach, but don't coach too good. You know?
That's just a lot of games you have to sit there and watch your team lose.
What do you think? What do you think the Bears did last year, dog? So the Bears win in week 2, or like week yeah, they were like 2 yeah, like what? Like they were like 2 they're like 2-1 or some shit. They lost 15 in a row. I think they went 2-15. They went 2-15. You know? And someone famously tweeted, "Man, y'all think they about
their pick?"
Yeah, they traded the first overall pick. Yeah, they did to the Carolina Panthers for DJ Moore and their this year's first round pick. You know, so their pick. You know, so I'm saying, like, you know, it's not it's not out of the ordinary if the Giants like lose, like, we're 1-4. It's not, you know, it's not out of the ordinary us going like losing 10 in a row or something, or 11 in a row or some shit. You know, yeah, I ain't, dude. I'm distraught, dude. There's no happiness in my eyes. There's no happiness in my voice. I know you got your ass beat on Sunday Night Football, but at least you're still in playoff contention. You know,
That's right.
but damn, all the hope during the offseason just died. It died on Sunday Night Football. It died on Sunday Night Football. Like no one wants to admit it, but like that game ruined the season because, yeah, we lost. If we lost, we lost, okay? But nothing went right. Nothing. Like literally nothing. And it was rainy. It was horrible. That I think that's what happened, man. So the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. So you didn't shut down CMC. What happened?
Yeah, we didn't do we didn't do a lot of things.
They didn't do anything you said they were gonna do.
No, we didn't. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even gotta watch the all 22 because it was horrifying to look at.
Did. Like I said, I mean, last week, I wasn't, just spitting bullshit. Like, I really believed that we could do the things I said we could do. I mean, I really thought we had a chance of winning. I thought they would come in looking for revenge for the last 2 times of getting bullied, and they just didn't look like they cared. It didn't look like they didn't really. Everybody talking about how pissed they were. Then why didn't you show it? Because it didn't look like you were pissed. You played like crap. Everybody played like crap. They did everything to stop us. I mean, you can start from on their defense against our offense. I mean, we couldn't get anybody open. No receiver was getting open. And the sad part is they played man all freaking night. They played man single high safety, and we still had like 0 separations on any of the receivers. Nobody got separation. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know what you're calling. This is the first time I can say that Mike McCarthy called a horrible game because you're not doing any routes to beat a man coverage. No routes. They're all routes that are, they're falling right, or the defenders are right there with them because nobody was getting separation. And our receivers aren't the best route runners. I mean, Mike Love's not a route runner. Cook's not a route runner. Those are more like deep guys, deep shots. And and it's hard to say that CD Lamb was getting open because he wasn't getting open either. Like, uh, I don't understand why you can't get any separation. I don't know why you're not calling plays to beat these man coverages. You're just not doing it. So you called a bad game. That's on you. So everybody wants obviously that I'm not gonna cable for Dak and say it wasn't his fault. It was his fault. He wasn't playing a very good game. He was making awful, horrible decisions. Horrible decisions. Mainly the one I'm really pissed about of him just holding on to the ball. And I understand they're not open. I get it. They're not open. Why are you holding on to the ball and getting sacked? Throw the damn ball away. Throw the damn ball away. You see the defender coming right. I see you staring at him. You're staring at the defender. You know you're about to get sacked. You know that nobody's open. Just throw it away. Why are you losing yards? Bad decisions. Bad decisions on the interceptions. Horrible throws. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I get some of them. Some of them, I'd say mostly the one that he just kind of threw up. We're down by a bunch of points. He's just throwing it up and seeing what happens.
That's the third
really.
one, right?
Not a good decision.
Third one.
But he's just chucking it up.
Yeah, you're trying to make a play. You just throw it up. It's like like those when at the half where they do the Hail Mary and then they get picked off. You don't really count that interception. You're like, whatever, So like, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're down. It's like, what the hell? Like he's not. He knows he's not playing well. He's just trying to make something happen, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, but he just bad decisions, bad decision making, and that's what happens. Like everybody's saying he sucks. Obviously, you heard the big nothing winner. Oh, this guy sucks. Quotes, and it's it's just he has these really bad games sometimes. He has like a couple of them a year, especially when he plays the Niners. But he has them during the regular season.
Fred Warner owns that, man.
It's not like he does this like consistently. He has 1 or 2 games like this, the Washington game and then the Buccaneers game. But then he has really good games, like really awesome games, like he did when the wild card game against the Buccaneers, where he's going off for like 4 or 5 touchdowns. And that's where he's kind of at. He's kind of like, I don't know why you can't get these out of the system.
When I was watching the game, I thought y'all had a chance because I remember so they score on their opening drive, right?
Yeah.
And but then they stop you, right? And they come back out.
Our first few drives, we were getting stopped every single time.
But your defense,
three and out.
Yeah, but your defense, got you back the ball, and then they took the ball back away, and I'm like, oh snap! But then y'all took the ball back away from them, so I'm like, okay, but then after that George Kittle second touchdown, I think it all went downhill after that.
Yeah, I mean, we had a chance there with the Gavante Turpin touchdown. That was a nice play. We had some rhythm going. We looked like we could have some fight. The problem was the reason why they scored those first 2 touchdowns is because the defense was causing penalties and keeping their drives going. I mean, just the dumbest penalties, offsides, personal fouls, holdings, just keeping your drive going. We actually had them stopped, and then they just caused a penalty and they give them first down, and that's what led them to the scoring. We could have actually stopped them. We were actually doing our jobs and playing well a little bit. And then they decide not to stop George Kittle for I don't know what reason. I don't know why.
What did I say last week, Caleb? What did I say last week?
Yeah, I mean, I was with you. I thought that was our biggest concern because we didn't stop them on the last time we played them, and we didn't stop them this. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you see on film. You're watching that last year's tape, and you say, "Hey, we should probably stop that guy that ruined the game," and you don't do anything.
Lane Vander Esch can't do nothing, man. He can't do nothing against that guy. Lane Vander Esch or any of your safeties, like whoever you guys had on him, like
safety too small. I would say J-Ron Chris had a terrible game.
Too small. I think he was too small.
And he just goes off for 3 touchdowns. Obviously, he had the F Dallas shirt. But we kind of deserve it because of how we played.
So speaking of that, right? So like Micah Parsons' response to that, and he says, "Hey man, blah blah blah. Hey, watch yourself," or whatever, or some, and then Joy Taylor says, y'all keep talking about this rivalry. It ain't no rivalry because y'all ain't won nothing. She is a Dallas Cowboys fan. He says it can't be. You got to win once to give it some hinge. And then Kay Adams tells Deebo Samuel, yo, so Michael Parsons says it's personal. And Deebo Samuel, apparently, I didn't know this. Did you know this? Apparently, they hate each other.
I guess.
I didn't know. I found this week that Deebo Samuel and Michael Parsons do not like each other. Like, off the field. They don't like each other. And Deebo Samuel says, you keep talking all that stuff. You don't want none of this. Trust me, you want what we did to you. You don't want none of this. You know what I mean? And, it.
I mean, he has a point. I mean, they haven't done anything.
Exactly. He has a point.
And the biggest thing is that they totally neutralized Parsons. Like everything they did, just stifled him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they lined him up on Trent Williams' side. I saw him on Trent Williams' side early on in the game. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was just a bad decision on Dan Quinn. I would have never let Michael Parsons on that side at all. It would have been over there.
I don't get what we're doing either. Yeah. I don't get why we put him there, put him in the situations.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. And yeah, they obviously doubled him, and they basically made him a non-factor in the game, and that's what he was. So I mean, yeah, he can be all pissed off and all he wants, but if he's not making an impact on the game, like what can you really do? Like,
yeah, man, and when honestly, man, dude, when that stadium starts rocking. And it gets a little hostile. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad because I went there live to watch the Giants play, and they do this stupid ass chant. Like I was at the game, Caleb, during the Giants game. Yeah. They just dumbass chant or something. It's like roof, like they rough or like they bark or some shit or like something. And I'm like, yo, this is annoying. Like this is annoying. Yo, it's just crazy to me because I know Niners fans, and I hope I don't get beat up because I'm saying this. Shit is annoying. Shit is annoying as hell. I was like, bruh, shut the up, man. And when they're winning and they're doing it, bro, you're just mad, bro. I'm sitting in my chair, bro, watching the Giants game. I'm like this, man. I got my Niners fans to the right, I got my Niners fans to the left. I'm just like, bro, I want to get me out of here, man. Get me out of here. Because, God, man. You know what's crazy, too, about this, too? A lot of those fans ain't from Santa Clara, right? So they're coming from San Francisco down. They're all coming. Yo, my favorite thing when I was watching the game, when I went to the Giants game, is I'm pretty sure the people from Santa Clara are happy after Sunday or Monday or whatever, that Thursday or whatever they play, because all the North Bay Area people from San Francisco and Berkeley and Oakland, they leave and Santa Clara becomes Santa Clara again. I just find it hilarious because like on that day, their city gets overrun because no offense to Santa Clara.
You want that.
No, you want that. You want that. No, you're right.
Your city.
No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. But not like Niners fans.
Well, I mean, of course.
Yeah, no. So they were okay with them coming once a week and then them dipping. But yeah, man, that stadium gets mad annoying, bro. It gets hostile. It gets venomous. And I think, yeah, man, on some of those, and you know how like we kept defending him on some of the interceptions last year. 2 of those picks were his fault.
No, they're his fault. I say they're all his fault. I mean, those are bad. They were bad decisions. He made horrible decisions.
Yeah, 3 picks. Yeah, 3 picks. I think they're all his fault. Yeah, I agree with you.
Like I was saying, sometimes he has these bad games where he just doesn't see the field right. Like I don't get what he's looking at, and I don't understand decisions he's making, and why sometimes he gets like that. Because in other times he sees his field fine, and he's tearing apart defenses, and yeah, he looks great, and he looks really good. I don't know what happens in these games where with certain defenses, that give him trouble, and he's just they get fooled. He just
the overthrow on Brandon Cooks.
Right, and then he starts. Yeah.
They're
And like I
overthrowing
said,
Brandon
it's
Cooks.
it's on the receivers too, because like I said, receivers are not getting open. They were not open. Nobody was open.
Everything went wrong.
And like I said, and a lot of that, yeah, it's the route running. They don't have good route running.
So is that a personnel problem?
Because
Is that a personnel problem, right? That's a Jerry Will McClay
yeah,
problem.
because
You keep
like
getting
I
these
said,
wide receivers who don't know how to run routes.
because like I said, since Michael Gallup has had a knee problem, he hasn't run routes well at all. You know, I don't think he's ever run good routes in begin with, because he always, when you see his catches, they're always like highly contested balls, like
Yeah,
they're
like
amazing
the
catches.
interception.
Like it's because they're amazing catches because he has no separation on the defender.
Yeah, like the interception he threw when he threw it to Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup literally, Diamador Lenore was living in Michael Gallup's house. That's how close he was to Michael Gallup, because Michael Gallup had no separation on the slant. He didn't create any, and then Dak was like, I'm just gonna force feed it into Michael Gallup, and it backfired him, and he got the interception. And
Yeah,
Fred Warner, man, he loves the Dallas Cowboys. He loves it, because that man isn't. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's insane.
yeah.
It's
And then
insane.
as far as the running game, Tony Pollard had a really bad game, one of his worst games
Mm-hmm.
that he's had in his career. He can find any space, and it's crazy because we had a starting line for the first time in
Mm-hmm.
forever, and we couldn't block. We couldn't have any holes. Dak got sacked 3 times. And that's the worst part. How we super healthy on the line,
Mm-hmm.
and we play like crap. It might be due to continuity. They just
Haven't played a
never
lot
had time
together.
together. They
Mm-hmm.
never played together, before. So that could be part of it. But then
Wait, they've
yeah,
never played before together? I thought they had last year.
not for a long time, because Tyron's always hurt.
Mm.
Zach,
Oh, Tyron is in.
Steele's been
Yes, Tyron is in.
Hurt last season, and so yeah, it's been and then the left guard is always changing between like Tyler Smith and whoever else, can switching back and forth. So yeah, it's never been a full set right there, but even with the full, they couldn't do anything. The
Mm.
49ers, and yeah, you have to give credit to the 49ers for looking how great they are. Brock Purdy was excellent. I mean, he was excellent. Threw
I
4
just want them
touchdowns
to
in the
lose
game,
in the conference game,
in the
because
conference game.
if they do, so my friend's a Niners fan. Shout out to Brianna, but she's the most annoying person I've known to man, and I hate her. Um, well, jokingly, but I do. I want to see her Niners downfall, and I tweeted at her, "I'm laughing at you. You need to stop tagging me in your nonsense." And then I said, "I'm gonna be right here laughing at you when y'all keep choking in the conference finals game." Okay, or the Super Bowl. It depends on. They just don't need to win the Super Bowl, and then I'm good because I can laugh at her. But I don't think that's gonna happen, because they are humming. They win ugly. They win pretty. They win fugly. It don't matter. They win. This is their. They've scored 30 points at least in every single game. Every game. And Brock Purdy, man, hey, they said, hey, man, make Brock Purdy beat you. And Brock Purdy beat the Cowboys.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
he
you
had
said we didn't
he had
stop.
a
I mean,
phenomenal
I think
game.
we did. I think we did stop Christian McCaffrey the best week. I mean, he had 2.7 yard average. So
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't great.
No, you're right. You guys did stop him. But, you know,
We
Brock
like you
Purdy was
said, we
like,
made Brock Purdy beat us, and Brock Purdy definitely beat us.
yeah, yeah. Um, Yo, did you know this man's father does not have employees? Apparently, where he does, and no one. Okay, so like, if they can't get someone to cover for the Niners game, right? They closed their hot tub store in Arizona. One, I don't know why you need a hot tub store in Arizona, because it's hot most of the day. But apparently it's really cold at night, which makes sense because it's the desert. So hot tubs in Arizona kind of makes sense. So he closes the store and he says, "We'll be right back. We're going to go watch the Niners game. Go Niners." And you have to come back in like 3 hours to get a hot tub from Brock Purdy's dad. So shout out to you, Mr. Purdy. I hope the hot tubs keep coming and you keep selling them. But now let's preview this upcoming week. The Cowboys are against, let me check, Caleb. Who are the Cowboys against?
The Chargers.
Monday night against the Chargers. Monday night against the Chargers. And the Giants are, oh my God, we both got primetime games this week?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy, dog. So, you know, man, how about just go live on Monday, maybe? I don't know, probably after the game.
Good.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, so we get the Sunday night game against the Bills. It's Color Rush week, and y'all get the Monday night game against the Chargers. Let's go with you, man. Cowboys, Chargers. There's a chance y'all can get back to your winning ways because it is the Chargers. You know, so no
I think
matter.
we will. I mean,
Yeah.
I think after this game, obviously we know who we are. We're a good team. We're still a good team, and we've proven we're a good team after 3 blowout wins. Yeah, they were against bad teams, but you can't deny that we did do that. We did do that. But we obviously got smashed by a great team. So we're not that either. So we're not a great team. We're still a good team. So we can still beat lesser teams because we've proven we can. I think the Chargers are a lesser team, especially with their crappy coach that they have.
Yep.
Obviously they have a good quarterback,
They're 2-2.
that quarterback is pretty much the only thing holding them up because their defense is bad. So I think that's a great game. We're gonna get back. I think Dak can settle back in playing against that defense. I mean, especially in their secondary. I think he can definitely exploit that. I think the receivers can get open against them at least. And I think our offense will get back on track. And you always like a team coming off an embarrassing primetime loss. That is that's always a spot where the team comes off of that loss and plays really well. And you definitely want to play really well going into the bye the week after. So that's why I really do think we're gonna come back and probably put it on them pretty bad. Just because we're trying to get the stink
Caleb,
off of Sunday night. Yeah.
So you're telling me your team is supposed to play good after a horrible primetime loss?
I mean, that's you. I'm not even saying my team. I'm just saying that's what kind of happens in general with any team.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess
majority of the time, that's just a general, mostly a general statement. Then,
So I guess
that's every
the New York
situation.
the Giants didn't get the memo. Oh, interesting.
Well, I mean, you guys played well after we kicked your ass.
Yeah, but then we didn't play well after the Thursday night game.
Well, it only works one time.
And we didn't play well after the Monday night game. So we'll see. Listen, hey, third time's a charm, right? Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, you only get the one time. You got
Oh yeah, because we did come back against the Cardinals. Yeah, when we play like absolute.
That's all you get. You don't get any more.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That's why I feel. Because at that point, it's like, what are you doing? That's why I do think we'll play well. I honestly think we will put it on them, because of that factor. We're going to the bye, trying to get healthy from there because we got some injuries. We got Lane Van Der Esch out, so that's gonna hurt. We signed Rashawn Evans from a first round pick. A practice squad, so maybe he can hurry up and get acclimated, and because we're definitely gonna need the help for a few weeks. Well, Van Der Esch is out. There's definitely a lot of injuries, definitely a lot, and people did not participate in lists, so that's not good. But I just don't think the Chargers are very good. I think they got lucky in some of their wins, and Chargers in a lot of these games their coach makes bad decisions. Obviously, I don't trust Kellen Moore as a play caller. he gets a bunch of stats, but you end up losing the game.
Wait, guys, speaking of Kellen Moore, we actually have his playbook right here. Here's Kellen Moore's playbook. You see that? Right there. Shout out to Kellen Moore's playbook. Bango, bingo, bango. But one thing you should do, unlike Kellen Moore, is subscribe to the channel, guys. You know, Kellen Moore still hasn't subscribed, even though we've made fun of him more than once.
I have a lot on this channel. I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't subscribe, but I want you guys to subscribe. You know, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 200. We're at 115 right now, so we're 85 away. So sign up, guys. Sign up, guys. Sign it up. Continue, Gil.
Yeah. So I definitely think we'll get it. The defense will be able to hold them. You know, like I said, they're definitely going to want to change some things that they didn't do well in the last game. So I just think it's more of an adjustment type of game. We're going to make changes and definitely want to play better than we did last week. So it's definitely a get right game against the Chargers, which, like I said, I don't think they're very good. So they got a couple wins, but their wins are against the Raiders and who else? The Vikings. So I didn't say much better. Their team either. So I think this is definitely a week that we can come back and play well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're against Buffalo Bills. It's going to be it's looking like Tyrod Taylor's probably going to start. So it's going to be a very crazy game for Tyrod Taylor and Brian Daboll, because Tyrod Taylor, he was the quarterback that sent the Bills to the playoffs. And Brian Daboll was his offensive coordinator. And guess what happened the following year? The Buffalo Bills didn't want him. They got rid of him. So he's going to probably start against them. And then Brian Daboll was the offensive coordinator that helped build Josh Allen up. So it's a very emotional game for them too. If Tyrod Taylor's starting, which I think he is probably, because you don't mess around with neck injuries. Yeah. You don't mess around with neck injuries. The only thing, you know, they have the better quarterback in the eyes of the NFL. They don't have a good running game at all. But they have 3 running backs that can hurt you, which is crazy to me. Damian Harris, Latavius Murray, and James Cook. They have a three-headed monster, a trio. I don't know how well they do it. And then they also have Josh Allen as well.
Three-headed monster. I mean, they don't run the ball very
well. It's a three-headed puppy. Okay, it's a three-headed puppy. All right. So there's that. Let's go with that. It's a three-headed puppy. Stephon Diggs is Stephon Diggs. Good luck to Deontay Banks if he plays. Good luck to Trey Hawkins if he plays. There's that. Sorry, man. I'm just really tired.
If the Bills did not lose last week, I actually think this might be an upset game.
Yeah.
You know, one of those trying.
Even if they won, I don't think they would have. They would have still jacked it up because of Brian Daboll. They want to beat him. They want to beat him. So this game was. I think the reason they lost last week is because they were looking at this week. And it's not in a sense like, yeah, we're gonna, you know.
I think they lost last week because they had to go to London.
Yeah.
Or to travel there.
Also, too. By the way,
the Jaguars had more advantage of.
Stayed 2 weeks. London. Yeah, they stayed. Jaguars had back-to-back London
games. I think they definitely had an advantage over the Bills.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Week.
Yeah, you're right.
But if they had one, I would definitely. I'd be thinking about taking this. The Giants.
What's the line?
At least cover. Let me look it up.
It's probably
maybe they could at least cover.
Is it +6?
Because you got to factor in that they are coming back from.
It's a home game. Trip, it's a home game for the Bills. It's a home game for the Bills, I believe.
So. Yeah, so definitely factor that in. It's 14.5. Yeah, that's a lot of points. But yeah, I would be willing to take that 14.5 if they had lost. But I mean, if they had won, but they did lose. So I think again they're gonna want to get right, and play their asses off to get back in the win.
Also, too, they have 3 main contributors injured on the defensive side of the ball. They're starting middle linebacker Matt Milone. Matt Milano, not Malone, Matt Milano. He got injured last week. One of the defensive tackles, Daquan Jones, got injured last week, and then compounded with Trey White's Achilles injury a couple weeks ago. So they're down 3 starters. But AJ Epinesa is having a breakout season coming up. But also too, Terrell. I don't know his last name, but they just found this random linebacker in this year's draft in the 5th round, and he's playing great. They always do this. They always do this, man. It happened with Matt Milano.
Milano.
Now this dude, Milano, and then this dude named Terrell. Damn, what's his name? What's his last name? Terrell what? Buffalo Bills. Terrell. No, not Terrell Austin. It's Terrell Bernard. Terrell Bernard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's him. From Baylor. So he's been playing very well. Dang, so I picked up the wrong Buffalo Bill linebacker in fantasy. So Terrell Bernard, they just found another good linebacker. So Sean McDermott knows defense. He knows how to build good defenses. The problem was his game planning of said defense. I think they win. Our offensive line is not good, and AJ Epinesa he had 2 sacks, 3 batted balls, and a fumble recovery. AJ Epinesa coming out of Iowa. So he was a top edge prospect coming out of there, and good luck to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
good luck to him.
I just gotta hope that Stephon Diggs and Allen, start fighting again, and maybe you guys have a chance.
Exactly, but I think that's kind of done because they haven't fought in like a couple of weeks. The way a quarterback,
they were getting at each other.
But then the previous week against Miami, they looked happy together. The way a quarterback can fix his relationship, the way a quarterback can fix his relationship with a wide receiver is pretty easy. Win, lose, or draw. You just keep throwing them the ball. They'll love you forever. That's how it is. That's how it is. They'll love you forever. But we're losing. I'll take the minus 14. I'll take it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I don't really have much to keys to victory because I don't think we're going to win because our offensive line isn't good. Terrell Pryor, Daniel Jones, they're not going to play good behind that offensive line regardless.
You say Terrell Pryor?
Tyrod Taylor. Sorry. I am out of it. Oh, wow. Tyrod Taylor. Shout out to you, Tyrod. No, I'm sorry, Tyrod. Yeah, man, the Giants. Is it look forward to the draft mode, or is it rebound and win games mode? I don't know what mode I should be in right now because I'm a bit lost. So there's that. But you know who's not lost? You, Caleb, because you know where to find yourself. Where can people find you?
You can find me at NFL Caleb 22 on Instagram and Twitter /X, and you can find me on this channel on Betting the NFL on Wednesdays at 8:00. All we do is try to make you guys money. Didn't do so great of a job of doing that this week, but still got a winning record. So I'll definitely get back on track this week. And we'll go ahead and I give you picks every single week, 5 picks. Our best bets, me and Derek Weatherly, DWeezy, as you all know him. And yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right, I'm Ferris Muthana. You find me at Ferris Muthana on X. _Ferris_Muthana on Instagram. Every Wednesday, 9:00 Pacific on KSFS Radio's I Got Something to Say, my radio show, as well as every Friday, 8:00 Pacific. But this week is going to be a special 9:00 Pacific episode of The Open Table with me and Adelia Fridays on our entertainment channel. And then every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific on the sports channel. That's where you can find me. 3 spots, baby. 3 spots. Bang, bang. But on that note, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching us. Just be there in our moment of despair and destruction. Caleb just needs a shoulder to cry on. If anyone out there is offering it, possibly a single lady, he's looking for it. What? I'm helping you out here, man. I'm helping you out. But on that note, thank you guys so much for joining us. See y'all next week. Peace. Hopefully we aren't both sad. And hopefully only one of us is. Well, most importantly, if both of us are. But, that's probably not going to happen. So, you know what it is. Catch y'all later. Deuces.